availability and vulnerability. Kids who are successfully scolded often are kids that have a lot of unsupervised free time, and so they are available. And vulnerability means that kids that are looking for an adult who will listen to them. And these traffickers will spend hours while they are grooming a young person, listening to them and validating their feelings and telling them what they want to hear. And that's just a prelude to then grooming her further and turning her out. So the two risk factors really are availability and vulnerability.
The preying on the vulnerable, finding a weakness in others and then capitalizing on it for your own gain. Capitalize on the value that they want from you, which is normally selling of your body in exchange for what they want, and which is pretty much love and acceptance.
When we're teens, we're taking chances. We're trying to figure out who we are, separate from our parents, from our families. So, there's inherent risk with that. I'm gonna push the boundaries of things. I'm gonna take chances.
With sex, with drugs, a number of things. So that makes them particularly vulnerable to exploitation.
Traffickers will look for victims out in the streets. They'll look for victims at malls, at different stores, and tell them how beautiful they are, maybe how they can make lots of money. And many times the victim is taken in by that, especially if there's other issues going on, like if they've run away, if they've got nowhere to go.
A lot of times folks that are trafficked, their first experience of sexual victimization was not their trafficker. It happened when they were 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 from someone who was known to them, a nephew or a cousin or a brother's friend who came over to the house for a party. So you've got somebody whose sense of self-worth is pretty fragile to begin with.
Where the traffickers are finding their victims, they're using a lot of online techniques. They can use social networking, and they're going after the victims who themselves have had a lot of problems in life.
So I met him online on Facebook, and that's kind of where it started. Within the first few conversations, he was all about my life, and I opened up to him about it because, at the time I did not have very many people that I was in contact with anymore. So I feel like he just learned so much about me early on, and I feel like that's how he knew I was vulnerable.
And oftentimes the relationship is fostered through peer relations. So it's like, hey, come and hang out with me. We're gonna go to this party together, and then inevitably there's an older male, generally, not always, but who's there, just kind of like, yep, I'm the person responsible for this party. You're having a good time. What do you need? Do you need a place to stay? You don't want to go home tonight? That's cool. You can stay here. Oh, do you want your nails done, hair done? You want some new shoes? I can take care of that. Let's go out of town for a weekend. Do you think you can do that? And it's all things that a teenager would love to hear. I'm getting attention, I'm getting validation. This person appreciates me, they respect me, they think I'm beautiful. It's just all of these power and control dynamics that young people don't understand, but they like hearing.
You can't move this situation to the suburbs and think it's going to be okay. You can't move it, into a hobble in Japan and think it's going to be okay. Wherever there's children, there's vulnerabilities and a need to feel loved and accepted. And the puppeteer guy or girl that wants to use that to make you make money, help you get wealth, then that's what they're going to do.
It's not the creepy old man from down the street, like who you would think. And it's your normal, typical person that try to get you into that sex trade. And, you know, they got the money, they got the, you know, flashy things. So young girls like me, especially with nice cars, young girls like me or somebody that's vulnerable or something, they'll go with him and think like it's all about them finna be in a relationship, they gonna build an empire, they gonna be the next big thing, Beyonce, Jay-Z taking over.
Traffickers, their main commodity that they're exchanging for someone to be trafficked is love. It is the idea of giving somebody love. Love, affection, attention, validation.
Parents that really talk to their children are telling them, don't talk to strangers. Well, this girl is not strange. She's in my classroom. She lives right next door to me. I know her name, so she's not a stranger. But this guy that will walk up to you and start talking with you or trying to chat with you on Facebook, he's one of those stranger dangers. I don't want to talk to him. But if you're vulnerable that day, you might, because he's paying attention to you.
The young trafficking victim is far more likely to say, he's not abusing me or hurting me. He's my boyfriend. He provides me safety. He takes care of me. Other people in my life didn't do that, and he does, and that's why I'm doing this, and it's none of your business.
One pimp said, if I get in your head good enough and make you believe everything is golden in what I say, their bodies will follow, you know.
The pimps make you feel the love and acceptance. I guess acceptance too is a major thing. Or feeling like you're doing something good.
Especially I feel like if you didn't have that, never had a male figure, and you done met this man that could be your father, and he loving you like a woman and treating you like something you never felt before. And so I understand that, because everybody wants to be loved, like, but it's the wrong love.
You don't understand just how smooth people can be when they want to take advantage of you. They're going to take advantage of your youth, your innocence, your willingness to be cool and risky and try something fun and new. In a moment, in one night, everything can change.